Now Q2, okay, this is going to be 50%. So in this case, we're going to have L is 0.5 times 15. And that's 7.5, which is a decimal value. Okay, so because of that, we're going to round up to 8 and use the 8th data value. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 218. I know it's right here, but I wanted to count it just to be on the safe side. But this is our median, okay? And finally, for Q3, you take 75%, right, which is 0.75 times 15. You get this wonderful number, which is a decimal. So even though it's 11.25, we're going to round up to 12. We're going to get the number in the 12th data position, which is 416. So you just count as so, like so. So this is our 5-number summary. We had the min, max, we got the quartiles. Okay, before I get to that, are there any questions about this? Okay, that's the 5-number summary. Now there is a graphical representation of this, and that's actually what we call a box plot. Some people call it a box and whisker graph, but this just helps us, again, it's just basically plotting the sample data, in a sense. It does help us see how spread out the data is. You could actually create one. I mean, I wrote down what the book has, how you would create it by hand. You would have the number line, okay? And what you would do is you would draw a line at the first quartile, excuse me. You would draw, you would draw a box, that is, sorry, from the first quartile to the third one. Then you would have a line drawn at the median. And then you would have these so-called whiskers made. I know that's very confusing, but what's nice is, well, first of all, the book has pictures of it, but also we're going to be able to make it in decimals. I'm not sure if you can make it in Google Sheets. I did look, I couldn't find it. And for this class, since it's online, I'm not going to ask you to draw one by hand. What I would ask you to do is to make one through Desmos. It's actually very easy to do. Remember, Desmos is free. You would have to though list the data one by one, separated by a comma. That is, you would have to type in L1 into, let me get to the slide actually, into this. If you went onto Desmos and their graphing calculator, you would have this. And so you would type L1 is subscripts for you equals, and the square brackets, as you can see. And between the square brackets, as I have here, although you can't see all of it, but you would have to list the data separated by commas. Is there an easier way to do it? I honestly don't know. There might be. I mean, we'll do this next time, but in the next slide here, you type in box plot L1. I also make sure exclude outliers is unchecked, so we have all the data, and you'll get something like this, box plot. But essentially, this is what they mean. You would have basically a line drawn at Q1 and Q3. The median is the second line here. You connect these, forming a box, and these numbers are the min and max. You connect them by a line. This is what they call, I guess, the whiskers. This is the box part. So that's what's happening. I mean, I don't want to do this now. We'll do this next time. This is actually different data. Let me see if I can get to it. I tried this data, but the numbers are too big. So I actually had to divide each number here by 100 to make it more easily to see. But you'll see here, I'll have you make one next time. Maybe not a box plot, but at the very least, I'll have you do a 5-number summary. All right. Hold on. Let me just pause this.